Can you hear me? শুনতে পাচ্ছো?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Very good, very good. Okay, actually, today is my last class for your partial differential equation. Okay, so this is the portion I'm talking about how to solve the linear partial differential equation of second order or higher order. That means the degree of this differential equation should be 1. That is, it is not a non-linear, but only this a linear term. That linear means the power should be less than equal to 1. So this type of equation, how can we solve? I am talking about on this. Okay, someone waiting. Okay. Okay. Now consider in general, consider the general linear first order differential equation, second order higher order partial differential equation of this form. We can see that the first term is nth order. We can see that this is also an nth order because differentiation with respect to x n minus 1 times and differentiate with respect to y 1 times. That means differential ultimate with respect to x and y combined in n order. So in this way, one can write the first, within the first bracketed term, that is the n order partial differential equation. Now the second part, that is if we add the one less order, that means n minus 1th order, and so on. Similarly, this is the first order and this is a constant term, and right hand side should be a function of x and y. So one can write this is the most general linear higher order partial differential equation. Okay. Now we use some notation. What is the notation? The notation is like this: del x equal to d, and del y which is equal to d dash. That means differentiate with respect to x, we use the d operator or d symbol, and differentiate with respect to y, we use the d dash symbol or d dash operator. Okay. Now, if we use d and d dash, so this differential equation can be written in this particular form. This is very easy. We just put d as in place of del x and d dash in place of del y. So one can easily write this one. And left hand side is a function of d and d dash. That means in a short form, we can write the linear higher order partial differential equation as like this. That is function of f and d dash, this z, this dependent variable, and right hand side is fxy. That is the function of two independent variables, x and y. So actually, we write this is the form of general linear higher order partial differential equation. Okay. Now we use the term homogeneous. We add the extra constant on this partial differential equation, and that partial differential is called a linear homogeneous partial differential equation if all the order is within, no other order exists. So you can see that if a differential equation of the same order, all the terms are the same order, then we call the linear homogeneous partial differential equation. You can see that no other order present in this differential equation. So it is called homogeneous partial differential equation. And as before, we can write it as d dash terms in terms of d dash. This differential equation, that is function of d dash, z equal to right hand side fxy. Okay. Now our task how to solve this type of differential equation. We start for homogeneous and then we try to solve the general one, that is non-homogeneous term. Okay. So at first this homogeneous is very simple one. So we start with homogeneous partial differential equation, linear partial differential equation. Then we will discuss non-homogeneous. So how to solve the homogeneous differential equation? The solution procedure is very similar to our ordinary differential equation, higher order ordinary differential equation. How to solve the higher order differential equation? That means in ordinary differential equation, the higher order differential equation has two parts of the solution. General solution of two parts of the general solution of two parts, consisting of two parts. One is called is complementary function, and another is particular integral. Similarly, in partial differential equation, the general solution has two parts. One is called complementary function, that is CF. Another is particular integral, that is PI. And the general solution is CF plus PI. That means complementary function plus particular integral will be the general solution. So at first we try to solve the try to find the solution CF form, that is complementary function. Then I will discuss particular integral. So how to solve CF? To find the CF, we just put right hand side to be 0. We can put right hand side to be 0. That means the right hand side term just take as 0. That is this right hand side fxy, small fxy, we just put small fx as 0 to get the complementary function. This is a standard procedure. This procedure has been discovered in 18th century, so it's too old. Now, how to solve this type of differential equation? Now, our equation is homogeneous. Our equation is homogeneous linear partial differential equation. Okay, we just start with the homogeneous one. Now, we choose the solution of this homogeneous differential equation as z equal to function of y plus mx. We don't know the exact form of f, but we assume the solution is of this particular form. And we know if we have an equation, so x square minus 1 equal to 0. This is an equation, and definite 2 is not a solution. Why? Because this 2 does not satisfy this equation. So if 1 is the solution, then 1 should satisfy this equation. Then 1 should satisfy this equation. Similarly, if z is the solution, CF means one of the solution, so z is a solution, then this solution should satisfy this equation. In our usual idea. So if we assume this is a solution, then that solution should satisfy the original equation. Now this is our original equation, and we have assumed the solution is of the form. So this solution should satisfy this equation. Okay. Now, what is dz? Dz means differential with respect to x of z, and z is of the form that is function of y plus x. So one can easily find dz dx equal to m f dash. Similarly, d square z means differential with respect to x twice. So one can easily see that this is m square f double dash. Similarly, differentiate with respect to n times. Sorry, this is z. This is z. This is z. Differentiate with respect to n times. So one can easily find that m to the power n, f to the power n y mx. This dash means the whole differentiation with respect to f. Now differentiate with respect to y, that is d dash z. D dash z means differentiate z with respect to y. So if you differentiate with respect to y, one will get this one. One can easily, very easily, one can easily find this solution. Now, putting all the values of d to the power n or d dash to the power n, etc., then one will see that the f d dash will take this form, and we see that this one is a common factor, so we can take an outside, and right hand side is 0, so we can easily choose this. If this is not equal to 0, then this portion is equal to 0, this portion equal to 0. That is, we have an polynomial equation of m of degree n. This is known as auxiliary equation. Okay, now if this equation has n degree polynomial equation, so it has n solutions. So these are, say, n solution like this, m1, m2 up to nn. So the CF in our case will be z equal to function of y plus m1x if we choose the other solution of this auxiliary equation is m2, then psi 2 y plus m2x, and so on. So in this way, we can find the CF of the given partial differential equation, homogeneous partial differential equation, and one can easily find this auxiliary equation very simple way. How? You follow this note. We just put d equal to m and d dash equal to 1, one will get the corresponding auxiliary equation. Or you can use this procedure, differentiate all this. Both the way you can use, either using the differentiation, or you can write directly, that is, put d equal to m and d dash equal to 1, one will get the corresponding auxiliary equation. And if you solve this auxiliary equation, and the resultant solution should be like in this form, particular form. And let us take examples. Let us take an example. Suppose this the given equation. Right hand side we have already put equal to 0, so this is only CF exact this. The right hand side is 0 in this case, so CF is only the general solution. Now, what will be the auxiliary equation? I've already mentioned that if you put d equal to m and d dash equal to 1, then one will get the corresponding auxiliary equation. So in this case, m cube 4m squared plus 4m equal to 0. So the solution is like this, m0, m1, m2. And another problem, say d square minus 5d plus 4d square. So to get the auxiliary equation, we just put d equal to m, d dash equal to 1. So this is the auxiliary equation. So one can easily solve this one. Similarly, there are so many problems like this. So if you to get the auxiliary equation, you just put d equal to m and d dash equal to 1, or you can use directly the differentiation. All the case you will get the same auxiliary equation. Okay. Now one important point is, if two solutions are equal, then what will happen? Look at this one. If the auxiliary equation has two equal roots, then what will happen? Suppose m the two equal roots, that is d minus m d dash whole square equal to whole square z equal to 0. How to solve this type of equation? When we get two equal roots. Now, d square means, a square means, what is a square? A square means one can write a into a. Similarly, this means d minus m d dash into d minus m d dash. We put this one, d minus m d dash z equal to u. So this equation can be written in this form. Okay. Now from this equation, one can easily solve d u equal to function of y plus mx, and if you put the value of u, then the corresponding equation looks like this, and we can see that this is a linear first order partial differential equation. So corresponding subsidiary equation can be written in this form. We have already mentioned in the first class. So the solution is like this, that is y equal to mx solution. So for dz, one can get dz equal to this one, so one can easily solve this one. So ultimate the solution is like this. If we have, just a minute. Okay. So I'll okay. Thank you. So if you join just before 6:30, then it will be easier. Because otherwise we can get some disturbance or okay, no problem. Now, if that means if we have two equal roots, the solution is like this. Solution like this. That's x into something plus another function is y plus mx. Similarly, if we have r equal roots, so one can easily generalize this result is like this. One can easily generalize the result like this. That is f1 ay plus mx, x another function y plus mx, and up to x to the power r minus 1 another function y plus mx, if we have r equal roots. Okay, so one can easily find the CF. One can easily find the CF in this way. So there are so many examples like this. Now, how to find the PI, that is particular integral.
স্যার ওখানে y প্লাস mx কেন ছিল?
কোনটা বলো? Y?
ওই মানে আমি একটু মিস করে গেছি, তাই বুঝতে পারছি না ব্যাপারটা।
আরেকবার বলো, কোনটা আরেকবার বলো?
ওই যে y প্লাস mx কেন? ওই মানে y প্লাস x, y প্লাস 2x এরকম করে।
এখানে?
হ্যাঁ, মানে y প্লাস সামথিং x কেন?
Oh, because we have at first we have assumed the solution is like this: y equal to y plus mx. We have assumed the solution of this particular form. Okay. Now, if it is this is a solution, if this is a solution, this solution should satisfy the original equation. And if you put this solution in the original equation, you will get an auxiliary equation, and the roots of the auxiliary equation gives the solution like this. Okay.
তো মানে এইটা ছাড়া আরো সলিউশন হতে পারে, তাই তো?
CF এর ক্ষেত্রে ঠিক আছে, এইটাই হবে, কিন্তু PI আলাদা সলিউশন, ইউ হ্যাভ টু ফাইন্ড। নাও আই উইল ডিসকাস দ্যাট। ঠিক আছে, ওটা বলছি এবার আমি। ওকে, বুঝতে পেরেছো? ওকে, হ্যালো, okay. Now how to find the PI? Now PI means particular integral. So actually general solution, the general solution z equal the general solution is two parts. That is, one is CF and another is PI. We have already learned how to find the CF. Now we try to know the to find the PI, that is particular integral. Now we start with several cases. Okay, we start several particular cases. Then I will discuss the general one. Now, if the right hand side, the equation like this, okay, just one. In our equation, the original equation is like this: function of z. Oh, sorry. This one d is function of d dash z equal to fxy. Okay, this is the general equation. This is the given equation. This is the given equation, and from this given equation, one can write the particularities of this particularities form. Just divide. This should be 5. Okay, this will be 5. So if you put if you just rearrange z equal to that is particular integral is z. So z equal to 1 by function of phi d dash d, this one. Okay. Now, fx is particular this form, that is the polynomial form. Fx is a polynomial form, that is x to the power m y to the, there is a polynomial form. Okay, this for this particular form, you remember this. For this particular form, we can find the pi in this way. How? We just raise this one. This one can easily write this 1 by phi d. This is phi. Okay, 1 by phi d can be written in this form, pi whole to the power minus 1, because 1 by x is nothing but x to the power minus 1. Okay, so one can easily write 1 by phi equal to phi to the power minus 1. Okay, now let's expand this phi, that is function of d and d dash, in this form. Okay, if m is greater than n, or expand this one in ascending order if n is greater than n. So either you expand this phi d function d dash by d in this order, or you just expand this function phi in d by d dash order. Now one can see that what will happen if we expand, that is actually expand binomially. Actually, expand binomially. Then, so what is the binomial form? Is if you expand binomial is 1 by this one. So I think all of you know this. This is x square, and so on and so on. And our x is of the form, this is d by 1 by d, or d dash by 1 dash. Anyone which is preferable, no problem. That will depends on the m and n. Now, what is the meaning of d by d dash? This means if you the numerator part, this d means differentiation, and the denominator part, that is d dash act as the integration with respect to y, and d stands for differentiation with respect to x. Similarly, if the form is like this, d dash by d, so this d dash means differentiation with respect to y, and 1 by d means integration with respect to x. So you just remember this one. Okay, now you just expand up to 2 or 3 terms, then one will get the corresponding results. Okay, now consider the particular examples. Is like this. This is a homogeneous, and right hand side is polynomial function, that is x to the power something, y to the power something. So we just write the particular, because CF is already, we have already known how to find the CF, so I just omit this one to get the PI. So to get the PI, z equal to 1 by d square by 2 d dash d square, we just take common d square. That means this equation can be written as 1 by d dash by d whole, and raising this, one can easily find the raising this equation or this expression up to this one, and now expand this up to 2 or 3 terms. Then what will happen? So 1 by d square, this one, d dash means differentiate with respect to y. So if you differentiate with respect to y, so what will happen? Is 12x. So this is 12x. Okay. And next term is d dash square by d square. D dash square means differentiate with respect to y twice, but y is linear term, so differentiate with respect to y twice. That means this equation should vanish. So you just write the first 2 terms only. Now the equation 1 by d square, and this is 2 by d square. D means 1 by d means integration with respect to x. Integration with respect to x. So 1 by d square means integration with respect to x twice. What is the meaning of 1 by d cube? That means integration with respect to x thrice. So one can easily find the solution like this. So this is our PI. So ultimate solution is, this is the CF and this is our PI. So this gives general solution. This gives general solution. It's very easy, very easy. Now take another examples. Right hand side is again a polynomial equation. Again a polynomial equation or polynomial form. So x to the power something, y to the power something. Again, we just write this equation as this order of the form, that is function of ax plus by type. You just look very carefully. The function of this particular form, the solution that is pi can be found in this way. That means if the homogeneous of degree n, that means you just write 1 by FAB, that is you put d equal to a and d dash equal to b. So one can easily get function of AB and integration this function, that is this particular form, the function of the particular form, integrate n times, integrate this function n times, one will get the corresponding result. As for example, as an example like this, suppose this differential equation is particular, that is function of ax plus by type form. Okay, now this is homogeneous of degree 3. This is homogeneous of degree 3. Now put d equal to 2, d equal to 2 and d dash equal to 3. Put d equal to 2 and d dash equal to 3 and integrate this function thrice, because homogeneous of degree 3. So we have to integrate this function thrice. So one will get this one. If it is homogeneous of degree n, then you have to integrate n times. This is homogeneous of degree 3. So we have to integrate 3 times. So one will get this one. Again, this is homogeneous. This is homogeneous differential equation of degree 2. So in this case, you have to integrate twice. You have to integrate twice. In the previous one, you have to integrate thrice, but in this case, you have to integrate twice, and so on. Now, the general method. How to find the general method? Now, any expression that is polynomial expression of degree n can be written in particular form, that is product form. What is the, suppose that is, as for example, like this: x square minus 3xy plus 2y square. So this equation can be written in this particular product form, because it will be degree 2, so you will get 2 factors. If it is degree n, this is a degree n, so you will get n factors. Okay. Now particular integral should be in this, just write the factors like this, and very similarly, we just take this one as u, the last term, that is d mn d dash, that is last factor. We take last factor as u, so you just take the last factor. Okay. Now in this case, f is given function, so this differential equation can be written as you just write in p and q form, that is linear first order partial differential equation. P means du dx, q means du dy, with the notation p and q notation. So this linear equation can be solved in this way. We have already known this subsidiary equation, and for the solution, one will get the corresponding value of u by this one. And if you found the value of, if you have found the value of u, then putting the value of u, take the second factor, last second factor as say b, and proceed in a similar way. One will get corresponding there. Let us take an example. Suppose this one. This is the homogeneous of degree 2. Okay. We just write this as these 2 factors. That is homogeneous degree 2. That means we have 2 factors. So take this as u. We take this as u. Okay. And tend to solve this. I just use the shortcut method, but we can use this procedure. You can use this procedure. Okay, or you can use the direct procedure like this. This is a shortcut method. Either you can use directly this one, or you just follow this procedure. You can follow this procedure. Okay, so whatever you can find is easily, you can easily use that. Okay, so now from this, we just this one as say u and solve for u. One will get the corresponding solution. Or you use the shortcut method. We can use this solution. And again, after finding this one, the indication is very easy to find the value. And after the finding the getting the value of this integration, we put this one, and again you use the same. This is a linear equation. One can easily solve for this in this way, so you can get the corresponding results. So there are so many examples like this. So these are examples. So many examples like this. This is another examples. Okay. This is another example. So there are so many examples I have collected from the books. So either you can consult any book, or you can go through these solutions. Okay. Now the final one, which is non-homogeneous. It's non-homogeneous linear partial differential equation, but procedure is very same as homogeneous equation. How? For non-homogeneous differential equation, one can easily, we just consider a very simple case. That is, this is a non-homogeneous because it's degree 1, but this has degree 0. So definitely this is a non-homogeneous case. First order partial differential equation, non-homogeneous, because if it's homogeneous, then we have all equal powers of d or d dash. But in this case, you see that power of first one is 1, power of d dash is again 1, but another is a constant term. This power is 0 of d or d dash. So this is a non-homogeneous case. So how to solve this equation? This non-homogeneous case you can easily solve. How? That's using the converted P and Q form. Okay. Write the subsidiary equation as the first. I have already mentioned the first class. So from this, one can easily find the solution is like this. So what is the difference between homogeneous and non-homogeneous case? If you put a equal to 0, one will see that this is a homogeneous case. And if you put a equal to 0, this term is 1, and so only we get function of y plus mx. So for non-homogeneous case, you have to write the extra term, which is the exponential of e to the power ax. If you find the factor, one of the factor like this, then for non-homogeneous case, as you get the similar result as homogeneous case with the extra term, which is exponential or e to the power ax type term. Okay. Similarly, if a differential equation, non-homogeneous partial equation can be written in the product form, because we can easily write any equations, say 2x minus 3x plus 5, etc. Any equation can be easily factorized. So the differential equation in terms of d and d dash can be easily factorized in this way. And you can see that these factors are non-homogeneous because the presence of the term alpha to alpha n. So if alpha is 0, then it's homogeneous. If alpha is non-zero, then you will get the factors. That factors are non-homogeneous. So as before, the solution like this. For the first one, the solution is you write the extra term e to the power alpha 1x. For the second one, third one, and final one, e to the power alpha n x. And this term is very similar to a homogeneous case. So for non-homogeneous case, you have to write the extra term like this. Okay, for the CA. Now, how to find the PI? For PI, the method is same as homogeneous case. How? Just take a particular example. Suppose this one. This is a polynomial function. So how to get the particular integral? Just raising this one and expand binomially, then find the value of 1 by either d or d dash. If you just expand it, d means defined with respect to x, and if you expand in this particular form, then 1 by d means 1 by d dash means integrate with respect to y, and the method is very similar. So in this way we can find several solutions like this. So I have given so many examples for the say particular this examples. Say what is xy? Xy, that means, so just raising the factors in this way. Okay, expand binomially, and finally one will, this is a binomial form, and right hand the term is xy, the linear term. So maximum power should either d is power 1 or d the power of, sorry, maximum power of d dash should be 1, because if you present the other term, this is d square terms, then derivative with respect to y, this y is power, maximum power is 1, so d square, if you took the derivative term, this is 0. So just write the up to linear term. Okay, you have to stop here, and finally we'll get the corresponding result. And after differentiation, and the term is 1 by d, that is denominator term is 1 by d type. So after getting the value of differentiation with respect to y, then integrate with respect to x, because 1 by d means integration with respect to x. So if you term extra term, this d square type term, so that means you have to integrate with respect to x twice, and so on. In this way we can find this. So there are so many problems I have given this. And this one, if a function is particular form, it is can be written in homogeneous partial differential form by using the transformation like this. That is, small x is e to the power x and small y equal to the power y. If you use this transformation, if you use the transformation, then this differential equation should be the homogeneous one. And if you get the homogeneous one, you can easily solve. I just repeat this one. This is the, if the differential is particular this type, and if you use the transformation, just x equal e to the power capital X, y equal e to the power capital Y. Just using this transformation, this differential equation can be changed into the homogeneous one. And we have already known how to solve the homogeneous differential equation. Suppose this is a differential equation. If you use the transformation, then ultimate differential equation will be this form. Will be this form. That is the homogeneous partial differential equation. Or you can write this form. Very easy. So this big differential equation, after using a transformation, takes this particular form. This is a homogeneous differential equation, and you can easily solve. Okay. Now this completes your partial differential equation portion. So I will provide you, but if you still find any difficulties, or you find any problems, or you can find some solution of any particular problem, then you can provide me in the WhatsApp, and I try to solve this. And best of luck. And I will take some class tests, or some, no, just only one class test, but with consulting with other professors. So I will let you know. Okay, so this completes my syllabus, and I have to stop here. Not only today's class, but stop the whole class for my part. Okay, any question or any doubt or any query? বলো দেখি। হ্যালো
স্যার, একটা কোশ্চেন আছে।
হ্যাঁ, শিওর বলো।
স্যার বলছি, ওই প্যারাবোলিক, হাইপারবোলিক আর ইলিপ্টিক ইকুয়েশনের একটু জিওমেট্রিক্যাল মিনিংটা বলবেন?
না, জিওমেট্রিক্যাল মিনিং কিছু না, আমি বলছি না। আফটার সাম algebraic manipulation, we have some equations. That equation very similar to our geometrical, actually the equation is very similar to our conic sections. Okay, in conic section, in geometry, in conic section, the equation have just particular names, that is hyperbolic, parabolic, elliptical. Since our solution is very similar type, you note the point, similar type, then with compared to geometric situation, we just call this equation as hyperbolic, parabolic, and elliptical. Okay, just compare with the geometry, not exact direct relationship with geometry. Okay,
মানে এই ইকুয়েশন গুলোর মানে একটা কোনো জিওমেট্রিক্যাল মানে রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন আমরা বলতে পারবো না, মানে যেমন আমরা ডাইভারজেন্সের জিওমেট্রিক্যাল মিনিং বলি, সেটাও তো
না
একটা
না, এখানে
মানে
ওইভাবে
ধরুন।
বলতে পারবো না, না, বলতে পারবো না।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, না মানে ধরুন ওই ডেল সামথিং ইকুয়াল টু জিরো, এটার একটা জিওমেট্রিক্যাল মিনিং আছে। তো এখানে আমরা মানে এটাও তো একটা পার্শিয়াল ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ইকুয়েশন হয়ে গেল, তাই না? যদি
হুম
ডেল
হুম
সামথিং ইকুয়াল টু জিরো আমরা বলি,
হুম
মানে ডেল ডেল এক্স
হুম
সামথিং, মানে ডেল
হুম
ডেল এক্স জেড
হুম
প্লাস ডেল ডেল ওয়াই জেড ইকুয়াল টু জিরো,
হুম।
এটা তো একটা মানে পার্শিয়াল ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ইকুয়েশন। এবার এটার একটা জিওমেট্রিক্যাল মিনিং আছে ওই কন্ট্রোল লাইন গুলোর সাথে
হ্যাঁ,
নর্মাল একটা।
ওগুলো আছে, কিন্তু এই যে যে নোমেনক্লেচার যেগুলো দিয়েছিলাম, যে প্যারাবোলিক ফর্ম, হাইপারবোলিক ফর্ম, এটার সঙ্গে নেই ডাইরেক্ট, ঠিক আছে? কিন্তু ওই ইকুয়েশনের সমস্ত সমস্ত ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ইকুয়েশনের অ্যাকচুয়ালি একটা রিলেশন টু এ কার্ভ সেকশন অর কনিক সেকশন। ওকে, সমস্ত ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ইকুয়েশন রিপ্রেজেন্ট এ কনিক সেকশনস, so they may definitely geometrical equation, but the nomenclature is not related with this. we just
মানে
we
মানে
just
মানে
we call this,
কি বললেন আরেকবার বলবেন স্যার, ওই
বলছি
কি ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ইকুয়েশন?
প্রত্যেকটা সলিউশন, যে কোনো ইকুয়েশন আইদার অর্ডিনারি অফ পার্শিয়াল ডিফারেন্সিয়াল সলিউশন একটা কনিক সেকশনকে রিপ্রেজেন্ট করে। কনিক সেকশন মানে কার্ভ, সারফেস রিপ্রেজেন্ট করে, ঠিক আছে? কিন্তু আমরা যে নোমেনক্লেচার যেটা নামটা দিয়েছি ওখানে, প্যারাবোলিক, হাইপারবোলিক, এগুলো ওই জিওমেট্রিক্যালের সঙ্গে জাস্ট একই রকম দেখতে পরে ওই নামগুলো করা হয়েছে আর কি, ডাইরেক্ট রিলেশনশিপ ডাইরেক্ট নেই ওখানে। কিন্তু যে কোনো ডিফারেন্সিয়াল ইকুয়েশন রিপ্রেজেন্ট এ কনিক সেকশন। ওকে, কিন্তু এখানে
আচ্ছা
নামগুলোর
আচ্ছা।
সঙ্গে ওইটার সম্পর্ক নেই আর কি ওইটাতে। ঠিক আছে,
হুম, হুম।
ওকে। So I will provide these lecture notes, okay, and you can leave. Okay, so best of luck and stay happy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Okay, good. But still, you have any difficulty or any problem, you can just WhatsApp me and then I will try to answer. Okay, আমি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ করে বলে দেবো, তাহলে মানে চেষ্টা করবো বলে দেবো সলভ করার, যে কোনো প্রবলেম যাকে এখন। ঠিক আছে, ওকে।